the onus is on us to know if we're going to get the money back for that water modeling.
Yeah,
So,
he didn't want to make a judgment call. He said he put it back on us, saying you contact. That's the way I understood it. You contact DEQ and find out if it's covered. Is that the way you read it?
Kyle is contacting DEQ. He has an email out to them. He told me yesterday that he would touch base with her again.
but this is,
Yeah.
He basically says
It says that he's not going to commit to saying that it's going to be paid for. He's saying you contact DEQ.
Yep.
So, and
I don't know. I just kind of assumed that we should put $10,000 in there now because we don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So no, not 50, because most everything should be paid by DEQ. I would say the 10,000, because that's what we put on that task for water modeling.
Right.
Yeah. Is everybody comfortable with that?
I am.
No,
But the 4,000, I wasn't comfortable with the 4,000 up there until we asked Bob about it.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep that highlighted.
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're thinking that DEQs will pay for everything in engineering except for $10,000? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it'd be anything outside the scope of what we're doing for the DEQ loan.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm saying that, and hopefully that water modeling they'll pay for, but they may not. So at this point, that's the amount that we know is in question. I'm assuming that everything else as we move forward is going to be paid.
Right.
That makes me
Like it should be.
okay.
And I think 10,000 is a good number.
So
Okay, good.
with everything plugged in, this is our sewer resources and expenses. On the sewer side, we're in the whole 22,000. On the water side, we're above 13. So in total, the district is operating at a deficit. So that's one thing that we need to keep in mind. I know that we have the rate study that we want to be doing, but and our auditors have historically told us for the last 6 years that we are not charging enough to cover our expenses.
Well, and that's something too. Before we leave here, we are not putting anything on here for Innovate or the rate study.
Right. Which we need to.
And Jesse, I need to ask you something, because we have that large, in my mind, retained earnings profit. What is it? $72,000 or $3,000. I don't have a statement of condition right here, but like in 2016 and 17, there was like I think $62,000 of funds that came in from DEQ, and I don't even remember what it was for. Do you recall that? I asked Robin specifically about what was going to happen with that money. She kept saying, "Oh, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. We don't know yet." Did that money just roll into retained earnings?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit confused. I know that there's the reimbursement grant that we had that we got money from DEQ for the 50/50 our facility plan.
No, that wasn't it at all.
Okay.
No, it was additional. It was like $62,000, and I don't know if we ever got it. I talked to Jan about it one time. She said, "Oh, we haven't decided yet." But as far as you know, Jesse, that the money did not come in from DEQ.
No.
Correct? The only thing we got was this.
Correct.
So it was something that was never funded. Okay, because what I was going to say is we may need to look at funding Innovate out of retained earnings.
Okay.
What does everybody think about that? I think there's an agreement that we need to do it, but $30,000.
Well, that's a high end. I don't.
Well, and also again, that's a time and material contract, so we can spread that out over a couple of years. So
Yeah.
you can look at the first task for them to create the database and the shapes
Right.
the file.
Yeah, and so with
About $4,500 or something. I can't remember what it was, but
So how much, Larry? How much are you guys comfortable in showing this year that we would pay for Innovate services?
well, I would just do like the first task for them to come up with the shape files and the database so that we can create the GIS.
Well, and we also have if we are going to do it, the rate study, which is goes out 3,000.
But they're not doing a rate study. That's something different.
No, I understand that, but you still have to put it in the budget.
Yeah.
You have those two items. So
I would say 10,000. That's what I would say.
just for Innovate, Ally?
No, for Innovate and the rate study.
Yeah.
And then if we just if we end up with just like 7,500, that's fine. But if we're at the phase of and making the GIS and we want to go to the next one and we can't because we just don't have the funds, I'd rather put it in the budget this year. So instead of just putting...
Well, the rate study can be split between the water and the sewer, but the GIS is for the sewer only, so that cost would be to the sewer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still about 10,000, I would say. I would say it's better to overstate it, and I don't want to get to the part of the Innovate project and we can't move forward for the rest of the year because we don't have the funds. I'd rather
Right.
have the funds in there and say, okay, we can go to the next step, So I'd rather, for those two projects, I'd rather have $10,000 available. Where are we going to get it? I don't know. We're already in the hole.
Well, what you take it out of is out of your maintenance, because what you don't have the money for, you don't do repair projects. That's the way it works.
Oh,
Well, and we overstated that pretty much anyway from what
Maybe.
Bob thought,
Hard to
right?
say.
well, yeah, we went high with that. Larry put that in there. Which,
So, Larry, are you comfortable with taking $10,000 out of water maintenance, and then we got to get Bob to buy in?
Well, you got to take out on both water maintenance and sewer maintenance. You don't take it out of just one.
Yeah. Okay. 5 out of each.
Yeah.
okay.
5 out of each, and then it goes into what?
It'll go into.
You've already got it there. You've already got it there as the
We
It's
don't have
for
it.
Innovate and for the
engineering.
The
It'd
rate
go into
study.
engineering.
Okay, so we're thinking that the rate study and the Innovate cost would go on as an engineering cost, or?
Yeah.
No, we're going to have to put it. I don't know. You might even need a